process varies a lot from country to country wherever you go, right? Which makes it difficult for startups and makes it very, very important for startups as well to focus on one market, focus on one category or niche in that specific market. And once you have tackled that, and once you have proven that your business model can work in that niche, in that particular market, then you may think about venturing out to other markets, but don't do it before because you only have so many resources in the beginning. My name is Thein. I'm the founder of Afringa.com. Afringa is a software as a service tool for recruiting in informal employment markets. So what do we basically do? We help companies that receive up to 800 to 1,000 job applications, mostly via email. And it's not done with that. They even receive, you can count ×2 because they receive the CVs and the cover letters, right? And in many informal markets, you have a lot of very young people, especially on the African continent. You have the youngest population around the world with only 20 years old, right? The problem with that group of people is that few of them have a lot of working experience, few of them have a lot of qualifications and skills, right? But what they all share is an attitude, a willingness to learn, a motivation, a personality, right? But the problem is, current recruiting solutions, software solutions, they're not really designed to show that attitude to the hiring managers inside the companies, right? So what we did is we developed a solution where we moved the part of the attitude, which usually comes very late in the phone interview or the face-to-face meeting, we moved it to the very beginning of the recruiting process. So we introduced short videos instead of more written text and so on and so forth. We replaced cover letters with cover videos. So maybe just to paint the picture, I used to be a management consultant for nearly 10 years with Ernst & Young. I traveled across the globe, lived in Singapore for 4 years. That was when I discovered that there are many of our clients looking for new markets, entry of new markets, right? Some of those markets were African markets. So I started with an MVP, like a minimum viable product in Rwanda. I lived in Rwanda for half a year, just to really gain experience, understand the side of the job seekers, the challenges of the job seekers, as well as the challenges of the companies, and verify that whatever I was planning to do with this MVP was the right way to go forward. So we started in Rwanda, proved our hypothesis, and then continued to venture into Kenya and into Tanzania. No, it's not at all a one-on-one replication because every single country on the African continent is very differently. You have 54 different countries across Africa. You have 1.3 billion people, of which 680 million are in the so-called working age population, the people between 15 and 65, right? Of those 680 million, you have 180 million only in the formal working age economy, right? So what does it mean? They are covered by working contracts, they pay taxes and so on and so forth. The remaining 500 million people, they are in the so-called informal working economy, which means that could be people, you know, selling food at the streets, and right. So the big challenge is that considering that in every African country, you would have a bit of a different perspective. So you can't just go from country to country and copy and paste, and no, it doesn't work. And we experienced that. We tried that in the beginning, but then quickly noticed that that's not a feasible approach going forward. So once we made sure that we had a steady growth in Rwanda, we went to Kenya. We're traveling a lot, talking to a lot of different clients, to job seekers, understanding the process also from the you know, recruiting perspective, the headhunter perspective, and understood that this varies a lot.